like the pace car lights are off, as Chris Berg and Justin Rigsby will lead us to green. 100 laps. The pace car dives into pit road. And the Suicide Prevention 150 is green from Las Vegas. Chris Berg gets a great start as they're side by side behind him going into one. Chris Berg's able to pull away as they're side by side behind him. Justin Rigsby, Nathan Bishop, Hunter Tate follow. Side by side racing throughout the field as they go down the backstretch for the first time.
As it goes through 3 and 4, they start to single file it up front. We got to go all the way back to about 9th, 10th, 12th place before you see the double file. But you see as they go through the front straightaway, much like what we saw in California, some of those guys go below that white line, get all the way down towards the grass to cut the track just a little bit, make it as short as what you can to get around here.
Chris Berg currently leading Justin Rigsby. Rigsby's actually cut the gap in half since we've been watching this battle. The 31 moving up. Single file throughout the field. We'll go back in the packs, see some two wide racing here between the 41 of Matthew McKeegan and Derek Robinson. They're battling for 29th currently as they'll get in, settle in, single file down the backstretch.
The thing about this tire model too, this first 20 laps, how you treat those tires on the first 20 are really going to dictate how they treat you at the end of the run. If you can look after them and take care of them and not abuse them too much the first 15 to 20 laps, you'll find that all of a sudden that fall off will happen. The guys that started to run hard on them will start falling back to you, and all of a sudden you'll be able to drive around them without little effort, to just make passes. And man, that's the best way to make passes, is when you don't have to work too hard or take too many chances to get around somebody. Chris Berg ran a 32.37, so almost a second, but here comes the leader.
And Trouble's getting into pit road.
Looks like he had to slam the brakes on to make pit road speed there.
So as our Berg makes his pit, he led the first 34 laps. We've now got our first lead change as Travis Smith will take over. He's got almost a 3-second lead on Chris Medford. So these green flag pit stops really spreading out the field. And it looks like Travis Smith will make at least another lap before he makes his way down pit road. As they cycle through, Justin Rigsby's up to the 25th position, as he was our first lead pack car to make his way down pit road.
Now, big question is he's going to be able to get around and pass Berg as they come through turn 1 and 2, and it appears he might.
Hunter Tate's made his way in. Nathan Bishop in. They pitted together that first round of pit stops.
Bishop overshot his pits and had to back up a little bit. That's going to be costly. But, we saw the leader, Berg, get into the pits and, almost, spin out trying to check up. Well, another thing that you can do to get yourself in trouble on pits road is speed. You're running around here at 170 mile an hour. Slowing down to 45, it can be tricky.
And Berg pulls into the pits to make his pit stop much cleaner this time through as he makes his way down to the pits. Brian Snares right behind him with Travis Smith taking over the lead.
And a caution.
And a caution.
Oh, boy. You're going to have some guys trapped the lap down now. Oh, this is going to be big when this cycles through here.
And that is our Willis Landscaping caution flag, as we will look back through to see what exactly happened out on the track. Travis Smith currently our leader as guys make their pit stops. Plenty of guys on pit road when that caution flag came out.
Wow. Well, as they say, that changes everything.
It happened last week, and it's happened again. As lap 70, we are now under caution for the first time. iRacing pace car lights are off. He will dive to pit road. And Travis Smith, Roy Hyde will lead us back to green at Las Vegas Motor Speedway with 25 laps to go. Travis Smith able to get a great restart on Hyde, and the 83 machine of Brandon Medford will make it 2 wide going into 1 and 2.
Yeah, and to give you an update on Berg and Snare, they are not picking their way through the field. Everybody on fresh rubber and side by side, and they're just stalled out. So they're gonna need some cautions, I think, to get back up and be players in this.
Well, it's something we see so often. Some guys that run out front got clean air, especially with that long green flag run and cars stretched out so much. They were really able to drive wherever they wanted. As we watch Brian Snare and Chris Berg running 13th and 14th currently, plenty of cars and plenty of action all around them as they just try to get to the front, as right now Brian Snare has a hard time getting by that 57 of Damon Cox.
Yeah, and as much, you talk about the air, you're back in dirty air, but the other advantage you have to being out front is you get to lift where you want to lift. You can, like you said, drive the corners like you want to do it, like your car wants to do it, and big advantage. And looks like Berg is going to look to the inside of Snare here as they come through turn 2.
Can't get up alongside him on the backstretch. They'll try as they go into 3 and 4. But up front, we've got the top 3 running nose to tail. Hyde tried to make a move on Travis Smith, was unable to, settled back in line as these 3 look to pull away from the rest of the field. Hyde's looking for whatever opening he can get on that Smith machine.
Didn't mean to interrupt you there. I just saw that 00 just sliced to the bottom coming out of that turn and pulled up next to and tried to make a pass for the lead.
Now, and let's take a shake and bake in-car camera presented by Blackhawk Motorsports, riding with last week's winner Roy Hyde as we see the leader of Travis Smith up ahead. At this point in the race, are you trying to get by and just take the lead at any opportunity, or is there any reason why you would just settle in and not force anything as we've got 11 laps to go now at Vegas?
No, I'm trying to make the pass as soon as I can now. You don't have the draft where guys can just get around you. If you're sitting second, you've got the air taken off your nose, which does mean you're using up your front tires a little bit. So you can preserve your tires a little bit, being out front, lifting where you want to lift and everything else. So I'm trying to do everything I can right now to get around them.
And Hyde continues to follow Travis Smith around.
Get a white flag here. He's got 1 lap to do this.
And it's our final lap from Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Suicide Prevention 150 in honor of David Lerman. Hyde right on the tracks of Travis Smith as they go down the Nellis straightaway.
This is where we've seen him make a lot of ground up. Is he going to be able to do it again and make a challenge? It does not appear so.
And it looks like our 3rd different winner of the year, Travis Smith, will win the Suicide Prevention 150 in honor of David Lerman at Las Vegas Motor Speedway. Last week's winner, Roy Hyde, will get the runner-up position. Chris Medford's able to get 3rd, Brandon Medford 4th, and Brian Littleton 5th.